I'm Cher. I'm a musician who has not one but two small businesses to support me. Business one, which I've had for a long time, is buying and selling used and rare books. Business two is a handmade sewing and craft business. I mostly make bags, but I do some beaded jewelry and paper stuff, like journaling sorts of things. And I usually talk about running a business, but today I'm going to talk about our Friends of the Library book sale. So, I am in charge of our local library's Friends of the Library book sale, which happens next week. All this month, people have been donating books and various other things, movies, CDs, jigsaw puzzles, etc., for the sale, and a group of us have been going in every day and pushing carts full of donations to the back room and putting them on shelves. I think I volunteered to do too much. I always seem to think that if I don't do things, they won't get done right. That the sale can't exist without me being there every step of the way to supervise. I think it has to do with being self-employed in a single person business. You don't know how to work with other people. You don't know how to trust other people that they'll do things. Anyways, I have gone to the library every morning this month, except Sundays. They're closed on Sundays, thank goodness. At about 11:30 to empty those carts. Other volunteers, see, I've let other people do things. Other volunteers have gone in the late afternoon, evening, whenever. This last week, we had tons and tons of donations, and I am exhausted. That back room is absolutely packed. I don't know if we have good stuff to sell. I've tried not to look, but we sure have a lot of it. Excuse me. You may wonder, other people have, if it's ethical for a used book dealer to be in charge of a book sale. I was always a friend of the library in the beginning, just to go to the book sales, because there's a friends only night, preview night, which is quite an event. It's where all the best books are. Then later, I joined the board of directors of the Friends of the Library, which sounds posh, but it really means we do all the grunt work. Letter stuffing, packing boxes of books that we buy and donate to various charitable organizations for their Christmas parties, volunteering to help out at events, stuff like that. Our big thing is fundraising. The money we raise goes to the library, of course, for stuff that's not in their budget. And we have a long list of things that we've bought, but I'm not going to bore you with it. Just imagine. We give them money, they buy great stuff. Our biggest event is the book sale. I ended up in charge because since I've been to so many book sales run by so many organizations in so many different ways, I had all these suggestions for improvements. I knew how to put on a book sale better than most people. And yes, I love doing it. Don't ask me in the middle of it, though. But it's been an ethical dilemma for me. I have to not look at the books as a book dealer until the sale starts. This took a while to develop, this technique. The first year I tried to do this, I wasn't able to switch back. And I ended up not buying any books. None. Which, that's not good. When books and things are donated, you have to decide if they're sellable or not, condition-wise, but also subject matter. We get tons of businessy type books like How to Be a Better Salesman, How to Win Friends and Influence People, that sort of thing. Those never sell. Out-of-date diet books. I mean, brand new diet books wouldn't sell either. Diets for various illnesses. We get tons of those, especially diabetes, the diabetes cookbook, diabetes that, whatever. Nobody buys them. Religious self-help books like A Prayer a Day or whatever. How to Raise Better Kids, various computer help books for programs that don't even exist anymore. Odd volumes of encyclopedias, you get the picture. We try to weed them out as they come in, and we weed more out as we set them out to be sold. I've got to tell you that last week I was so tired I didn't do much weeding. They all went on the shelf. Well, they almost all went on the shelf. Where was I? We have so many books this year, our tables will be full, and so will the floors underneath them. As I was pushing books back to the back room yesterday, a librarian told me they'd been getting lots of calls asking if there was still time to bring books in. So we should expect a ton more. It's good though. I mean, people who come to buy would rather see a sale that's stuffed with books, bursting at the seams. But it's more work. And crawling around under tables, arranging excess books is hard on the knees if you're an old person, you know. Maybe if you're a young person too, I don't know. Tomorrow morning, I will go early and try to get tables set up before the volunteers get there. Hopefully someone else will show up early because those tables are really heavy. Then we set up the signs that say vaguely where each section is, which is tricky to do when you don't know how many books there will be in each section. Excuse me, I have to turn pages. The volunteers come in at 10, and some of them will be loading up carts from the back room and bringing them into the meeting room where the sale is. And the rest will take the books and etc. off the carts and put them on the tables. Simple, huh? Yeah. Most of the volunteers do not know how to categorize books, unfortunately, but they are volunteers. You do what you can do. Sometimes I get so tired and cranky, I actually yell at people, which is not a good thing, but there it is. I had to make a mass apology last time. Wasn't good. We have lots and lots of jigsaw puzzles this year, which take up tons of space, but they always sell fast. By the second day, they're all gone. So you suddenly have this big empty table. And you have to go under the tables to pull out books to put on that table. Whatever. By the second day, they're all gone. Maybe we should mark up the price. I think we charge 50 cents. But on the other hand, you wouldn't want to mark up the price and have them left over. Next week, this time, the sale will be all over. Just the teardown. The teardown is a week from Monday. All the unsold books, which to keep, which to pitch. We keep some to put on the sales table at the library. We have that, every day of the year for 25 cents each. And we do farmers markets in the summer, so we need some for that as well. The rest of the books will go to recycling. And then I can get back to working at my own business. Like I say, I really need to pull back and volunteer for less. Get more help with the carts of donations. Let other people do more. If we can find other people. Oh, yeah. I should do some social media last minute publicity so that people remember to come to the sale and buy books. I honestly publicize the library sale better than I publicize my own business, but it's way easier. This is a once every 6 months sale where tons of books and etc. are really cheap and people look forward to it and come in to load up on things. So they're like waiting for that notice. Publicizing my own business is more about quality and specialness. Is that even a word? Uniqueness? I don't know. And I'm much more fragile putting myself out there. Someone might say something bad and knock down my whole house of cards. I've convinced myself that I do great work and I deserve to have a successful handmade business. It's easy to knock the wind out of my sails. On Wednesday night, at the preview sale, then it's time for me to think like a book dealer and buy. The weird thing is that you've got memories of bunches of books that went past. It's like, oh yeah, I think I should get that one, but you don't know where it is. So you have to kind of get that out of your head and just methodically go down the lines. Let me see. Lost it. Oh, there it is. I actually go back every day and buy stuff. Sometimes I find the best things on the last day. And stop me if you've heard this before, but I don't know how you'd stop me. Reach through my camera. Yeah, I found a first edition early George R.R. Martin on the floor under the fiction table on the third day of the sale. I sold it for $100. It took a little while, but I sold it. It was not in pristine condition, unfortunately, and it definitely wasn't signed. Yes, it had a jacket, but with a bit of wear and tear. Still, it was early George, pre-Game of Thrones. Wednesday night sale is so crowded you can barely get from one side of the room to the other. That's my fault, I'm afraid. I took the flyers for our sale and passed them out to everyone in line at other sales. I did that for a couple years when I first took over. And between that and publicizing that it's time to donate books so that we get heaps and heaps of donations, we've built up pretty good attendance that first night. The next day is pretty busy as it's the first day that non-friends can come. The last day is chaos because it's bag day. But we still seem to end up with some great books on Monday when we have to tear down. People should volunteer to tear down because books are free that day. You can take as many as you want. Okay. Yeah. So, I have lived, breathed, and had nightmares about this stupid sale for weeks now. I'm sure that half the town thinks that this is where all the books I sell comes from, that I'm skimming them as they come in. There's nothing I can say to anyone to convince them that I'm not. They wouldn't believe me. Truth be told, even if I buy a carload at the library sale, any library sale, by the time all is said and done, it's enough to last me a week or two. Estates are where it's at if you want to buy books. Estates of college professors, some of them, are the gold mines, for me at least. Not to say that I haven't found great books at other places, of course you don't ever know. And I know college professors who don't seem to have any books at their houses. Okay, this isn't what I intended to talk about, but it seems to be all that's in my head. So it's like the only available subject to talk about. I'm kind of glad that I'll be back to sewing when it's over. It sounds so relaxing. Okay, and now it's time for your song, which you really want to hear, don't you? Of course you do. That's why you stayed to the end. This is called Beggars Would Ride. When morning comes, I dread the sun, the dawning of another day. I smile the smile, I lie the lie, till everything is blown away. And when it goes, everything it touched will run alone. You're gonna know, and everything will fall. It'll all come out. I'm going down. I act my part, recite my lines, to seem just what I was before. I watch your face. Do you show signs of knowing more than you should know? And if you did, could I trust you? Would you let me in? How it would change. You'd never love me, never love me, never love me then. It doesn't matter, I'm going down. It burns a hole right through my soul. It wraps my heart in infamy. Nobody knows, they must be blind. They can't see what it's done to me. I didn't know, I didn't think I'd be hurting anyone. If I could choose, then everything would change. If wishes were horses, beggars would ride.